Here we have Zara, who loves being in the lab. However, she wants to learn more about lab techniques, especially the microscope. The microscope seems to be her biggest struggle, so she tends to stay away from it. Let's get into how to properly use and take care of a microscope. A microscope must be handled and transported with care. Remember to place one hand on the base of the microscope and another on the arm of the microscope. Make sure the cord is tied up before moving to prevent tripping. Once the microscope is transported, turn it on and inspect the head and arm to ensure all parts are intact. Remember to examine the base to ensure the parts are intact and the light sources are turned on. To focus the microscope, click the lowest objective lens into position. Then, place the microscope slide under the lens and fasten it with stage clips. After this, look at the lens and use the coarse focus lens to move the stage up until it is as close as possible to the lens. Finally, look at the lens and use the fine focus lens to bring the image into focus. Start at the lowest magnification, use the coarse focus knob to bring the stage up as high as possible. Then, use the fine adjustment knob to focus the image further. Once you've seen the image, lower that stage, change to the objective, and refocus, first with the coarse adjustment and then with the fine adjustment knob. A basic Kohler alignment allows you to spread light evenly over the specimen. To achieve this, place the specimen on stage, open the diaphragm as much as possible, and move the condenser until there is a small circle of illumination in the middle. Close the diaphragm slowly until the specimen is focused. In order to keep the microscope in pristine condition and to reduce the chances of spreading infection, it is important to regularly clean and disinfect the microscope after each use. It is recommended that disposable gloves are worn when cleaning and disinfecting the microscope. To begin, canned air should be gently used to blow away any dirt or debris on the lens. Your mouth should never be used to blow air on the lens, as saliva can damage the lens. Next, 70% isopropyl alcohol should be applied to lens tissue or a swab and gently dragged across the lens. A fresh lens tissue should then be obtained to remove any remaining cleaner off the lens. Using the 70% isopropyl alcohol again on a cloth, the surface of the microscope should be wiped and disinfected. This includes the focusing knob, the nosepiece, the shade handles, and other frequently touched surfaces. The microscope should then be covered with a dust bag to prevent dust and debris from gathering. While covered with the dust bag, the microscope should be stored in a dry space, not in the path of direct sunlight, and on a flat surface. Keep the microscope away from sinks and other wet surfaces. For optimum function, it is important to calibrate the reticle, which is also known as the eyepiece micrometer, with a stage micrometer. To begin, the microscope should be switched to the lowest magnification setting. Next, the micrometer should be placed on the microscope and aligned with the reticle. This means that the 0 on the micrometer should be lined up with the 0 on the reticle. Take notes of where the lines of each microscope align. Then, count how many divisions of the micrometer are present up until that point. Then, calculate the width of the stage micrometer lines and multiply that number by the amount of divisions. For example, in this image, the reticle and micrometer align at 30, and there are 20 divisions before that point. The width of the stage micrometer line is 10 micrometers. So, 10 micrometers times 20 divisions is equal to 200 micrometers. We know that 200 micrometers is equivalent to 30 divisions on this reticle. To determine what one division would be, we would divide 200 by 30, which is 6.67. Thus, under this objective, each division is 6.67 micrometers. These steps can be repeated for all other objectives. Regularly cleaning, calibrating, and properly storing the microscope can increase the reliability of the microscope, the validity of the data obtained, and also improve the quality of images taken from the microscope. To further improve reliability and validity, samples should be reviewed under the microscope numerous times. To further enhance the images obtained by the microscope, immersion oil can be used between the cover slip and the front lens. If your microscope is giving you blurry images, start by cleaning the lens with lens paper. Adjust the diopter and ensure the objective lens are clicked into place. For illumination problems, check if the light source is properly connected and functioning. Adjust the condenser and diaphragm for optimal light. Should you encounter mechanical issues, like difficulty in adjusting the focus, Verify that the focus knobs are not too tight or too loose and that the stage moves smoothly. Electrical problems often come down to power connections. Ensure your microscope's plug and cables are intact and the power source is reliable. A loose focus can be corrected by tightening the focus locking ring. If that doesn't help, the internal gears may need professional attention. For any broken parts, it's best to consult the microscope's manual to order replacements or contact the manufacturer directly. If basic troubleshooting doesn't resolve the issue, or you're dealing with internal gear or electronic malfunctions, it's time to seek professional maintenance. Regular professional servicing can also prevent many common issues. Remember, careful handling and regular maintenance are key to keeping your microscope in top conditions. For more detailed instructions, refer to your microscope's manual or contact a professional technician. Thanks for watching.